the big game, possibly, Lithuania against Serbia. But as ever, we will stand and respect the national anthems of both teams. First of all, it's Croatia. That's Croatia, now the national anthem of the Slovak Republic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please listen to the national anthem of Slovakia.
The Slovak fans have done a wonderful job, not just here in Gio, they did a great job in Sopron as well. Slovakia, which is to the north of us. 3 referees, we have a Montenegrin, a Belarusian and a Bosnian. We had a glimpse at the end of the Slovakian lineup there of their naturalised player, Kristi Toliva. And remember what a great job that the Russian defence did, limiting Kristi Toliva, no three-pointers in that game against Russia, which they lost, Slovakia lost 61-75, and they limited a very high-scoring Kristi Toliva to just 4 points.
Well, the interesting thing, Roy, during that period where they limited her, she didn't really go away from the ball and get screens coming back. She had to take a lot of responsibility to handle the ball, which meant it relatively still had to do it, but the Russian defense just denied the ball back and other people had to step up. They were so good in the first half as well, the Slovak Republic, in terms of their transition, as we see the starting lineup for Croatia. With Bezic getting a start, I mean, they're going to have, they're down there, they're so deep into their resources. And Ivankovic doesn't start. She's, well, as much as anyone else, struggling to stay with this in terms of the physical effort they've had to put in with their depleted resources. The Slovak Republic roster, well, they're still deep, they're still going to run. If they run against this Croatian team, it's really going to stretch a team that only has 8 fit bodies able to play.
I mentioned Anna Jurjenkova, also the number 8, Sofia Hrščíková there. Had a great game against Russia, one of the few Slovakians that really came to the fore against Russia. There she is, number 8, starting. But they do have a couple of really excellent point guards as well, in the absence of Zuzana Zurikova. Remember, Zurikova carrying that foot injury all the way through preparation, and they were very doubtful whether they'd be here. Well, it's been a great team effort, but when she has been on the floor, she's been an inspiration to them. I just wonder whether they can respond without her today.
Right, there's the 2 players highlighted for the game. Iva Sliskovic is going to have to take even more responsibility. But Zurikova has got to stay on the floor. You made that point, Roy, that when she steps out, too much pressure perhaps on her teammates to carry the load on the inside. But Siskova's been an inspiration since the first game for this Croatian lineup, when against all the odds they've managed to get to this second stage.
Yeah, by now, the players and the coaches, for that matter, should have got used to the way this tournament has been refereed. I have to give credit to the Lithuanian player Gintari Pesteraite there. She avoided any silly off-the-ball or offensive fouls in this second stage. But sadly for the Slovak Republic and her Jurgenkova, well, she picked up far too many silly little fouls. Chrissy Tolliver there. Tolliver from Harrisonburg in Virginia, averaging 16.5 points a game, 3.3 rebounds and 4.3 assists. The number 18 for the Slovak Republic.
I don't think it'll be a factor today. Normally teams have made a handle the ball. I don't think that the resources that the Croatians have is going to be able to put enough pressure. The Croatians will almost certainly, if they're man-to-man, have to sag off and just contain, and it'll be a rotation of resources to conserve energy from Coach Curic. They've shown a lot of zone, but with the three guards set, the zone's going to be a real issue.
So a quick summary: Croatia cannot qualify. Slovak Republic have to win and wait to see whether they will qualify. So it is the Slovak Republic in white and Croatia in red. First game, day 3 of the second round here in Žior, and Croatia get the first touch.
Got to think they're going to spend time with the basketball, Roy, trying to shorten this game. They'd like to spend 20 seconds with it every time before they go up, unless they get a great look. That's not a great look.
Well, possession Croatia. Slovakia getting the ball down the floor quickly. And then just mishandling the dribble. Kishova. Well, that's twice now that Jurgenkova has refused to try and block a shot, even just get a hand up in the air. Tolliver well short. And Miloglav, former Florida State player, number 6 for Croatia. Well, this time the shot is blocked, and Croatia have 12 on the shot clock.
Well, you've got to be positive in terms of Begic's intent. You know, she's gone inside, gone to the basket, but she's got to go a little bit stronger than that to get any reward.
Superb boxing out from Hrishtikova. And we have the first score of the game. It's Barbara Balenkova of the Slovak Republic. Held ball, so that will be Slovak possession.
Well, if they have aspirations to win this game, Croatia, they've taken already too many forced shots. Try to go a little early, they can get that sort of shot much later in the shot clock.
Hrishtikova inside. And great boards from Jurgenkova there. Well, another air ball. Here go the Slovaks on the break, and a tactical foul by Miloglav stops the break.
That's exactly what we're talking about. Very early in the offense, they go up and take a layup under pressure. Surely the Coach Curic can't think that if they run up and down with one of the highest scoring teams in the competition, they have a chance to get a win. got to try and keep this under 60 at worst.
Oh, lovely pass. And at the moment, the Slovaks just hungrier. Toliver makes it 6-0. Well, Balankova there almost denied the pass coming in. And looking down at Barislav Ciric, coach to Croatia there, he was so fidgety during the warm-up. Remember, his team cannot progress. Balankova inside, another rebound. And another rebound. Well, it's just too easy at the moment for the Slovaks, and they're leading 8-0.
Well, you mentioned the word hungry. There's only one team out there at all in terms of their effort. And at some point, Croatia's personal pride's going to have to kick in here.
Again, good denial defense, and Croatia want to make a substitution coming in. Luka Ivankovic, number 14, replacing Ana Maria Begic.
Well, Ivankovic's got to step up here for her country. It's a tough ask for the whole team. With her EuroLeague experience, she's got to start to camp herself in the block and look to give them some points.
Just on the shot clock buzzer, way outside the arc. And here go Slovakia again. Shova, nice pass, lovely footwork, and the foul. The first free throw situation of the game. And Miloglav comes across to have a quick chat with Coach Ciric. As her team are trailing 0-9.
And they haven't got a good shot yet at all. They haven't really moved effectively. They haven't set enough screens for each other. There's a line of more screens you set, the better, more shots and good shots you get. They haven't really set a decent screen away from the ball at all.
Well, 4 minutes played, one foul called. That's better for Croatia. Lovely move from Iva Sliskovic. We had her on the split screen, averaging 12.7 points a game. And that's an open shot for Hryshchikova.
Well, when she's mid-range, she's looked very good, still at the early stages of her pro career. And recovering from some injuries, but looks very sharp. If they do go through, she's going to have to be a factor.
And that's an offensive foul against Croatia. Well, what's this saying about raining and pouring?
Well, absolutely.
And we have a timeout. First timeout of the game, with Slovakia leading 12-2.
košarku tako 3 dana. Brže prenosite vi, ako ne možete primiti pas ovdje, ako je Slišković tu i ne ide pas doli, digni se ovdje, primi, udrba, spusti pas na luku.
Well, it's good to hear the intensity in Coach Ciric's voice here, because he's not happy with the way his team have rolled up and literally are lying down at the moment on the wrong end of a 12-2 start. People like Boric and Miloglav have put in quality minutes for this Croatian team earlier on. And Mazic hasn't played yet, so he's gone to a different lineup to try and maybe put some freshness into what they're doing.
Well, you beat me to it there, Mark. My first line coming out of the Croatian timeout was going to be, when are Croatia going to turn the intensity tap on? Because at the moment, it's all Slovakia. Now it's better defense from Ivankovic, denying Jurchenkova, but again it's Rystakova making her 6th point.
Well, she's never being asked to put the ball on the floor. That's the big issue. When she stands and shoots, she's at the highest level.
And again, well read by Jurchenkova. Still nursing that, I think it's a cut between her nose and her eye, which she picked up in the very first game. Dominika Babarova in, number 4 for the Slovaks. Again, good Dinar defense. That's wonderful defense from Jurchenkova. Rystakova, well, that's a range.
Well, what's that, a 4 from 4? No one's actually got out and asked her to put the ball on the floor, and it's, if you don't, she'll go for 20 without even breaking a sweat.
That's better from Ivankovic.
Much better duck in. She got ahead of the defense, sealed off. Nice pass, easy too.
Oliver misses the 3, and a rarity there. No rebounders from the Slovak Republic. And the first foul has been called against the Slovak Republic. And it is against Anna Jurchenkova. And Maros Kovacic, coach of the Slovak Republic, must think he's in dreamland at the moment, because in previous games he's been in pretty early foul trouble. That's the first foul with 3:49 left in the first period. First foul against the Slovak Republic. And the first 3-pointer for Croatia. That's more like it.
Iva Borovic with a time has really doing a nice job for her first time in an international tournament. Missed out on age group basketball, didn't play internationally.
Kristobova for 3. Well, she hit a huge 3 in that first win for the Slovaks, coming back from 10 down against Sweden. And that was probably the crucial score in the later stages of that game. I think that's only her second 3 of the tournament so far today.
Well, in the scout report, you'll probably say, well, we'll take that, but you can't give her that much time. And as it's just in the game, just left her far too open, one pass away from the basketball.
Kristobova fouls. What did I say about the foul count? Suddenly that's 3. 3 in about 20 seconds, I think.
But for the Slovak Republic, been very controlled, haven't they? They haven't really had to, not been challenged by the offense.
And what did I say about Hunger? Another glove. Nice pass inside. Beautiful pass. And Ivankovic hits her 4th point. Babarova is fouled. And she'll go at the foul line. No, she won't. It's sideline.
Janet should have fouled. If she hadn't fouled, she was going nowhere. It was going to be a tough old shot with the help from Jankovic.
Oliver. And that is Slovak possession. Coach Kovacic will have a long wait for the 3rd and final game of the day. The last game in this Group F. Lithuania against Serbia. Unless, of course, there's a miraculous recovery from Croatia. Then there's Jurchenkova, another rebound, another 2. And she now is on 6 points.
Well, they've just got to be more active, because look at Ivankovic had the good spot to get the rebound, but she just waited for it.
Croatia's second 3. They're not lying down. That's
too proud of country, aren't they? Too proud of country to lie down. And they can go with a zone with Ivankovic in the game, which might suit their resources a lot better.
Well, Tolliver responds. That's actually not a 3, just towing the line. So Tolliver, that's her first score of the game. Sorry, it's 4 points to Oliver. Oh, we'll give Jurgenkova a block there. I suspect there's an element of relief there. The foul wasn't called.
I'm not sure why the foul's not called, because she's not up straight. She's from the side. The referee's about 6 feet away.
Well, that's the kind of foul she's been picking up
Absolutely,
on a regular basis. Kristevova back to Tolliver. To Jurgenkova. That's better defense from Croatia, and they win the ball as well. 90 seconds remaining, first period. A mini recovery here from Croatia. Okay, they trail by 11, but it could have been a lot worse after that dreadful start. EuroBasket. Straight into the hands of Tolliver. Kristevova. Well, I'm not sure who gets the turnover there. That was a pretty awful pass from Tolliver. Not where she wanted it. And Barbara Balankova comes back in, replacing Kristi Tolliver. Some nails being bitten to the quick there on that Slovak bench. Last minute of the first period.
It's a hold.
The foul, Martina Kishova. And that's the fourth against the Slovak Republic to match the 4 against Croatia. So both teams in the penalty just about into the last minute of the first period. It's good management. Oh, Kristevova is beaten. Ball ends up there, but Croatia couldn't get the layup.
That's a very poor finish by Mazic. She had the step, just got to get solid.
That'll be a held ball, surely. Yep. Great commitment from both players. Actually, Jurgenkova there. Something of it. Well, in another game, that would be called a tackle. And
it's like the referee trying not to make that call. You can't understand why, but in the end, had to, and with a penalty, gives Croatia a chance to get us into single digits. They should get at least one more chance to tick the scoreboard over after this as well. They go in single digits from where they were. They'll see that as a positive, as a success. And again, Coach Čurić has just done he's now challenging, there's no technical stuff here. He's really challenging them as just people, because he's almost demanding effort, demanding that they put an appearance in for the country.
2 from 2 for EuroBasket. And as you say, Mark, they're back in the game. Only trailing in single figures now.
Well, stop and a score could be interesting.
And what's more, Jurgenkova, number 13 for the Slovak Republic, is on the bench on 2 fouls. All the praise I gave her for not fouling. And that's a shooting foul.
See, the damage is already done by the time the cut happens, because they let that cut slice through the zone. And because of the late rotation, and it was Jankic who was late.
And the pass wasn't contested, was it?
No, Kristevova gets ahead of the defense, and it's a zone. You shouldn't really have someone slicing through the zone without being bumped. But credit the recognition, credit the cut.
So it's back to a 10-point game with 21 seconds remaining in the first period, in a game which the Slovak Republic have to win. They've got to win and hope. EuroBasket. That's a nice cut. Lovely move. It's back to an 8-point game.
Exactly the same situation, getting beat on a front cut. One of those things that coaches hate. Players really should do a better job.
And the 3 on the buzzer of the first period restores the Slovak Republic's double-digit lead. They lead by 11 at 27-16. Just what the coach ordered on the buzzer. Smiling Slovak fans. It all looked a little bit too easy at the beginning of that first period for the Slovak Republic, with a good recovery eventually by by Croatia. They got back to within 8 and then conceded a 3 on the buzzer of that first period.
They've given up 27 points, though. They're not going to get a job done with the resources they have, giving up 27 and allowing a team to go 60 and 40% from the field. It's just not, they weren't at the races at all at the beginning of the game, but giving up that field goal percentage is just criminal. And the rebound numbers are just appalling. 14-4. Now, most of that 14-4 is because they haven't really done a job trying to force misses from the Slovak Republic.
Second chance points for the Slovakians as well, 8 compared to 0.
Right, so those offensive rebounds with a 1-4, with only 1 and 4 rebounds for Croatia. 1 offensive, 4 defensive. And even the last play, looking at someone take a three-pointer, and the recipe for the Slovak Republic is very straightforward. If you can get some transition, if you can keep the game a little bit fluid so you are playing over the full court, this Croatian team not only will run out of steam, but in the end of transition, they'll give you open looks. Then from Slovakia, the Slovakians, they just have to back themselves. They're to knock shots down, which is what they've done very well in that first period.
One of the replays there, Mark, Kristi Toliver was standing at the point. She could hold the ball in one hand and dictate the play. What a difference a day makes. Well, a couple of days, actually. I know Slovak Republic were playing against Russia. Well, she had someone almost in her boots with her. That's someone, Epiphany Prince, for most of the game. Shouldn't allow point guards just to dictate the play and say, you go there, tuck the ball under their arm, and run the show. Nice pass in to Luka Ivankovic there for Croatia, who trail. Well, actually, the referee's just been across to the table and said he was mistaken. It was a committee meeting, 2 referees against 1, and they decided that the last score for the Slovak Republic was a 2.
Wow. We thought it was 3.
Yep. Oh, Ivankovic, get hold of the ball. Get 2 hands on it. So Slovakia, Toliver's out. Tishova, Barbarova, and the rebound is Krčtobova, but she fouled.
I think she takes Mazic completely out of the game here. Well, that's a tough call. I actually, from where we originally saw it, like it looked like she sort of hooked her, but there was not. She just held position on the inside.
I think Coach Kovacic agrees with you, Mark.
Croatia just have to spend as much time with the ball as they can and not take poor shots like that. I don't believe they're going to get another injury.
It is. She looks in some distress. Yeah, the physio and an assistant coach rushing.
Oof, yep. Little side of the foot. And if things could get worse for Croatia, there's absolutely nothing worse. One of their best players of the competition so far.
Well, you can tell by the look on the face of Romana Vinic-Galova there. She doesn't like what she's seen.
This could be Croatia down to 7. And the irony, when they came with 11, it was like, oh, as long as they don't get down to 7 and we can get into Magnificent 7 type scenarios. But she's walking off. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's a mouth injury, I think.
Yeah.
Flailing arm. No malice, no intent. Just an unfortunate accident.
Flailing arm is a flailing arm.
Yeah.
There's not many players at this level who we've seen some notable exceptions of people throwing elbows in the past, but
Barbarova. Nice pass into Vinic-Galova, and the foul, Ivankovic.
Now, the one thing Croatia can't do is to start picking up multiple fouls. They just don't have the bodies to rotate. Have to start checking the record books to see if anyone's ever finished a EuroBasket women game.
Yeah, it's a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Valenkova comes out to be replaced by Kristitolova. Barbarova out as well. And for the first time today, we're going to see Marta Palenikova. Oh, excellent ball movement from the Slovakians. And they very nearly get a rebound from it. Croatia want to get Ivana Tikvic in.
Got to make the zone turn in on itself a little bit. Everything was a little bit in front of the zone that time. Nice duck.
Not a nice travel, though. She's saying that pivot foot is screwed to the floor, referee. The referee says, I think not. Let's have a look. No, it moved. She jumped. Good boxing out from Kristitolova. Tolova gets the ball down the floor. That would have been a classic fast break, but you got to hang on to the ball. And the smiling Martina Kishova. Maybe she'll smile when she sees the replay, though. Oh, Coach Kovacic is annoyed. Why not? Tikvic. Oh, good hustle. That'll be a held ball. And we are. The direction arrow is pointing in favor of Slovakia. Well, something of a telegraph pass there, and Rizla Jankovic knew it was coming, but couldn't quite intercept it.
Well, 2 minutes of no one's worried the scorer at the moment, where we were at the half. The rotations on this Croatian zone are not bad. They really are doing a nice job.
So there's the rebound. New 14 for Slovakia. And this time, Sliskovic gets the rebound for Croatia. Sliskovic, number 12, just 2 points so far. They need a lot more from her, averaging over 12 a game. Oh, wonderful hands. Dinar defense par excellence from Viničkalova. Yeah, Slovakia doing a great job keeping the ball off the floor, and then they give it away. Coach Juric urging his players to play the fast break and urging them to try and keep possession.
Well, he's trying to play the game for his players, trying to keep the level, trying to encourage, trying to motivate, trying to just get them to just get down the floor. But then they got good shape, and then they just ball went straight through Tikvic's hands. The pass should have got there a bit sooner.
Ristikova back in for Slovakia, replacing Kristitolova. Coach Juric is throwing a mini wobbly here. But no matter how badly it seems that Croatia are playing, they're only trailing by 10. And that stays at 10. And then they conjure up another turnover.
Well, I'm all for them looking to run to get easy baskets, but they've had good defensive stops the last 3.5 minutes. No one's scored.
And we have a timeout. This time for the Slovak Republic.
He's just got to take more time on the ball and get shots he wants in the half court, unless he's wide open on the break, because he's just turning the ball over for fun. And he's just giving Slovakia every opportunity to get the win that they desperately need.
We are struggling against the zone, says Coach Kovacic.
Well, he's getting into the same thing we've been saying. They're so much better when they get into transition. They're not a hard-court team. He just asked them to get some fast break points. They just got to throw it. There's part of me that says that even if they generate some turnovers, they're going to score more than enough points on the break to get the win in the half court. This game could get strangled, and it could be a 50-52 game at this rate.
Remember, Croatia playing without one of their much more experienced players, Ida Ciglar. I spoke to her just before the game, and she's picked up, well, it's a continued knee injury, I think. So too, Slovak Republic playing without their established superstar, Zuzana Zurikova. Shkova to Tolliver. Kishova. This is going to have a very, very low-scoring second period here if this continues. Now that is a foot violation, so Christy Tolliver.
Well, it's not just the Croatians that are strong. You take Ryskova and Jurčinkova out of this, and no one's scoring.
Sliskovic looked at the hoop, at least. And then she gets a rebound and can't hang on to it. Here's Tolliver. Well, perhaps that will light the game up. Christy Tolliver, her first three-pointer to go on to 7 points.
Well, transition baskets in the rhythm. They're not making anything in the half court, so why not?
Again, that's great team defense from the Slovaks. Coach Turek wheeling and dealing here, trying to get something going, some kind of combination on the floor, putting Ivana Tikvic back in to replace Carmen Miloglav. Here's Tikvic inside for a nice left-handed layup. I spoke to young Tikvic in the elevator in the hotel. I'll tell you what, she's not lacking in confidence. But the Slovaks will go at the foul line. And it's the lady I was talking about. No, it's not. It's Rusla Jankic who committed the foul. Barbara Balenikova. Got some good stats, the 20-year-old. Averaging 9.2 points a game in the tournament so far, 2.8 rebounds and 2.3 assists. Not too many players, not in this group anyway, who going to all three categories, or at least three categories. Oh, good hands. But eventually she fouls. She being Barbara Balenikova. Did all the hard work and then fouled the shooter.
Still not convinced with them looking to go early offense at all. But if they keep getting fouled, why not? But time with the ball is probably a more optimum thing for Croatia to try and do here to try and close the margin. If they make this, it's back to 11. Halfway through the second period.
Well, that's an open shot, which misses by a long way. Here go Croatia on the break and very nearly give it up again. And they do give it up eventually. And then the foul.
There were Sliskovic under the basket, Borovic on the wing, split by one Slovak defender. There she is. And Bejic panicked and just threw it to the defender. That's the only way to describe it.
He couldn't have gone any further away from a teammate, could it?
Yeah, both teammates were either side of that pass. And the zone has been very effective in the half court of taking away the preferred options for this Slovak team.
And the foul there, Sliskovic.
Foul on penetration.
That's the fourth.
Limited resources, although that's Sliskovic's first foul, so.
Three-pointer makes it a 14-point game now. Oh, no. Please, not another injury against Slovakia, against Croatia, rather, and that looks bad.
You can't believe how unfortunate that was. Tova made the three. Jankic turned, but it's overturned, and Jankic just trod on her foot. Unbelievable. Amazing. Unbelievable set of circumstances for Croatia. How many more challenges is this team going to face? You're going to see it top right of your picture. They just hooked each other's feet. No one's looking anywhere, apart from back at the ball. And they just trod, the Yankees just trod on the foot. And that's one of those ones that, in the circumstances after this much of, this many games, I can't see her being able to pull herself together to get back on the floor if it rolled as badly as it looks. Well, so another Croatian is lifted off the court.
I tell you what, Coach Čurić there, bottom right-hand corner there. I'm not interested in his lottery numbers.
Well, he hasn't been dealt a very good hand at the moment.
So Rizla Jankic hops out. Don't think we're going to see any more of her in this game. And Slovakians smell blood, putting pressure up the floor. Wow, that's how to respond. Iva Bonovic from way outside the arc. Her 6th point. And there's Jankovic there just nursing that ankle injury. Well, Toliver responds with a 3 from Croatia, with a 3 for the Slovaks, and that is now 10 points for the game's leading scorer. Well, good double team there, and the foul to stop the break.
But in the penalty, you're still going to walk to the line and shoot 2. Damage done by earlier fouls. Really does take the tactical foul out of the equation for Croatia. There's still 4 minutes to go in the half. But again, they went early on the shot. Slovakia are going to want to run the other way, and now they've got a little bit more rhythm offensively. It's going to be a real tough ask for Croatia. They're down now to 6 completely, or medically fit players, should we say.
2 from 2 for Balanikova. She moves on to 9. Oh, that's wide open for Sliskovic, but she gets the shot blocked. I don't think she could quite believe she was so open.
Those options still not there. There's always going to be help after 1 or 2 passes, especially against a team with the quickness of this Slovak lineup.
And the rebound, Jurgenkova. Toliver for an air ball this time. And the smile. Well read by Barbarova. Palanikova. This is the layup, but the trailing rebounded. An easy 2. 41 plays 23. Timeout, Croatia. Well, not so long ago, it was 8 points. Now, it is 18.
Well, Coach Čurić, let's not underestimate what he's faced with now. He's playing against a Slovak team that runs the floor beautifully, and he's down to 6 players. The person he has on the bench has 3 fouls, so he's not going to see Ivankovic come back. But he's still insisting on going down the floor and taking early shots, which is my only question mark. The zone's been very effective at times, but they've given up points in transition in the second half of this second quarter. So Slovakia doing what they need to do, which is get the win and then put the pressure fully on Lithuania.
Just to remind you that Slovakia, if they win, they have to wait until the 3rd game tonight to see what happens to the next. Do they go to Budapest or do they go home? Well, They're doing the first part of the equation at the moment, leading Croatia by 18. 2 threes for Kristi Toliver. Borovic for Croatia. Toliver fouls. Yeah, just a little hold. Some urgent medical treatment there for Jaroslav Jankic.
That's the stadium medical staff putting tape on, so I don't think we're going to see her come back and play. That's not the physio.
Oh, good hands from Dominika Barbarova. Couldn't get the rebound cleanly, but tipped it to a teammate. Change of direction from Toliver. And rebound, Jurgenkova. Letting everybody touch the ball, Slovakia, and in the end it is Anna Jurgenkova to go 8 points and 7 rebounds. Well, Croatia can't even score the uncontested shots at the moment. Game has the feel of a training exercise about it. Jurgenkova, shot clock on 5. And the rebound for Anna Maria Bagic. Sliskovic, nice move, and the left hand as well.
Manufactured an angle to finish that play.
Jurgenkova. Barbarova. And, well, now who are we going to give that rebound to? Well, nobody.
Team rebound for Croatia. Yeah. Ivankovic's going to come back, and there's no point in hanging on to her with 3 fouls, but then she's only come back for the last minute. It's almost too late to keep them close. But so if she picks up her 4th foul now, we should quite rightly question the decision.
Kishova back in for the Slovaks. She's replaced Barbarova. Wow, an offensive foul, presumably for flinging the elbows on Sliskovic.
No, that's off ball. Actually, Begic off ball, which did well to spot that. I'm not really sure what Begic was doing. No, not a lot, whatever.
That's the type of offensive foul we saw a multitude of in Sopron. Balanikova from just inside the arc makes it a 20-point game again. So just about 30 seconds remaining in the first half. The first half that Croatia will forget, or want to forget rather. Oh, nice move on the turnaround, but good defense, Jurgenkova. Balanikova is fouled and she'll go at the foul line. One of the multiple injuries suffered by Croatia in this tournament. I think there's Jankic with okay, the nosebleed has disappeared, but she's still nursing it. Balanikova hits the first. Take her total to 12. Make it 13. That was definitely Barbara Balanikova. Marta Balanikova back in 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Sliskovic, no one looking at the hoop. Coach is throwing a bit of a tantrum. And Palinikova fouls, but that's only the 4th team foul against the Slovaks with 1.3 seconds remaining in the first half. Sideline Croatia. Are they going to get a shot away? I doubt it. No, they do. It misses, so the first half ends with the Slovak Republic leading Croatia 47-25 in a game that the Slovak Republic's mission is to win. Doesn't matter what opposition you put out in front of you, they want to win to stay in contention for a spot in Budapest. You can only feel sorry for an injury-ravaged Croatia, not just during this game, but before this game as well. So leading scorer in the game, the Slovak Republic's number 11, Barbara Balinatova, 13 points. Not far behind her, Kristi Tolova, 10, including those 2 3-pointers. And the top scorer for Croatia in their 25 points is their number 5, Iva Borovic. She's on 6 points.
Well, the statistics across the border. Impressive for Slovakia when they run the break, and their field goal percentage is really high. Turnovers for Croatia are going to disappoint Coach Turic with a 12. And as importantly as everything else, they've just shot the ball by international standards very, very poorly. And a lot of that is like early shots. It's really hurt them. Well, the rebound leaders, and the rebounds are just owned at the moment by the Slovak Republic, and every single stat line belongs to them. But most importantly, in the context of the competition, Slovak Republic doing everything they need to do to give themselves a chance and put some pressure on Lithuania. But the stats don't lie, and they're all in favor of the Slovak Republic, and a 47-25 margin pretty much sums up the difference.
So just to remind our viewers what the situation is. The Slovak Republic have to win here, then they have to wait to see who wins in the 3rd game of this last day of the 2nd phase. If Serbia win, then the Slovak Republic are through, assuming that we don't see a miracle come back here from Croatia. So we'll take a break, but get back to us in about 11 or 12 minutes to see what happens in the 2nd half. It is the Slovak Republic leading Croatia by 22 at halftime. Welcome back to Győr in Hungary. We're almost at the end of the halftime break in the first game on day 3 in Group F. This is the second stage of the EuroBasket for women. Their last day in Gior. Tomorrow it's a travelling day. Will they be going home? Will they be going to Budapest? That's the question that the Slovak Republic have to ask. If they win here and are leading by 22 against an injury-ravaged Croatia, if they win here, then they have to wait tonight to see whether Serbia can beat Lithuania. If that happens, if Serbia win, then the Slovak Republic will go to Budapest. If Lithuania wins, Slovak Republic will go 4 points north, back home to Slovakia.
Well, the one thing, even though they've got all these people on the floor, there's going to be some pride at stake, and they'll come out and try and get themselves back in the game. The lineup they've got on the floor, Croatia, with Ivankovic and Sliskovic on the inside, is not a bad lineup. It's just there's a little bit of foul trouble there. Bezic, a little bit inexperienced at this level, he's going to have to play. The 21-year-old's going to have to play above herself, but she could be a factor. It's still a massive, massive ask, and the Slovak Republic, with all that's at stake, will not let up. But you expect Croatia to play with some pride in this second half. Who knows how? Let's see where they get to. At the moment, it's a mountain to climb.
Well, Mark, you were Great Britain coach fairly recently. I was Great Britain coach when Morris Miners were on the road in Great Britain. And have you ever been in a situation? I know you were in Turkey once when just about everybody in the whole team was injured. That was the England team.
That was the England team.
What do you say to players at half-time when you're losing by 20 points and half your players are injured?
Well, we never got to that far down with that sort of scenario, especially in the Turkey example you're talking about. But it does come down to the challenge to people personally as much as anything else. The other thing is that at the start of this game, Croatia would have known that there's ranking points at stake for this. A win here would help them ranking-wise. They trail by 20. Now, with a fit roster, you could find all sorts of ways to get back in the game. But Ivankovic with 3 fouls, and Sliskovic is going to have to play most of this second half, and that's going to be a really, really tough ask.
Well, let's look at the other side of the equation as well. The last thing that Slovakia want to do is get into bad habits if they do go to Budapest. And say they only beat Croatia by 12, 15 points or so because of a sloppy second half, then the coach will be somewhat annoyed.
Yeah, and that doesn't even matter. If he starts to run these other resources he has further down the bench, he's still going to want a performance.
Well, easy two there for Croatia, and slip-shot defense from Anna Jurgenkova. Very, very wary of picking up yet another foul. She picked up 2 late fouls in that first half.
Well, they should just change the angles and throw it inside Croatia to Ivankovic. The trouble is, as long as Toliver's on the floor, she can create for herself against no defense. That's the issue. They can't really go hard at it because they don't have the resources.
Toliver 12 points now, including 2 threes. She's the number 2 in the tournament for 3 points made. Kristi Toliver got 2 today, and her average 2.8 threes in a game. Sliskovic moves on to 8 points there.
Just got to try and work their way back into this. If Toliver or whoever starts to, firing up a bad shot, they've got to make sure they keep them to 1. They've got to cannot come up with bad turnovers. And if they keep going into Sliskovic and Ivankovic, they will get rewards.
Well, good start to the second half for Croatia. Casual, can you get Luciankovic there? Just tucks the ball under her arm.
Great duck in. That's how to duck in. That's a big duck in. And the thing she's learned there, there's no lead with the elbow. She ducks in with a great piece of footwork and draws contact.
And the foul, Jurgenkova. There's that 3rd foul.
Keep throwing it in there. Changing the angle so you can pass away from the defense. Throw the ball in there.
And she'll come out to be replaced by Romana Vinichkolova.
Just have to try and get enough stops. That's obviously it doesn't take a mathematician to work out that's the problem.
4 fouls. Jurgenkova, 2 quick ones in the first half, 2 quick ones in the second half. And another foul.
Sliskovic and Ivankovic could have career halves here if Croatia. It's the only way Croatia can really get back in. And if the defense then starts to collapse, Borovic in particular is shooting the ball very well across the tournament. So she would become an inside-outside option for them, but the ball's got to go inside first, and they've done a nice job at the start of this third period getting it in there. And 5 team fouls already with 8 minutes to go for the Slovaks, so keep going in there, and if you have to drag this back from the line, who cares where you get the points from?
5 fouls in 2 minutes 1 second, 0 against Croatia. 2 from 2, and Croatia making a fist of this. And Coach Kovacic there in the referee's ear about the foul count, I would suspect.
No, it's not been a bad call, though. They've thrown it inside, and they've had to reach round.
Oh, that'll help Slovak Republica's cause. Barbara Balinikova there, making her 16th point.
That's okay if they only let that happen once every 3 or 4 sets.
Big rebound again for Ivankovic. And great footwork from Sliskovic. Yeah, and the Croatians warned there, don't touch the ball after a score. Don't knock it away. Next time it's a tech.
Yeah, they gave up a free last time, but they still had a hand on it. So as long as they can keep a hand on the shot, keep the ball on the perimeter, a stop every 2 or 3 might be enough.
Oh, great boards.
Oh, Bezic just has to be twice as strong as that, more aggressive. She just gave up that rebound, really.
And the Slovak Republic get another rebound. And another open shot. And another rebound. And the foul against Croatia. And Sliskovic looking around. Can't quite believe why she's been, or has she? Or was it Begic?
They got 3 missed shots, gave up 3 offensive rebounds. It's a long, long road back. You've got to take care of business on your own rebounds.
Oliver for 3. Well, now she's above her tournament average of 3-pointers. That's a 3rd.
If you give a team like the Slovak Republic 4 goes, they're going to score.
Sliskovic into Ivankovic.
Nice play.
And Sliskovic gets the rebound. That's a good block from Binishkalova. Ivankovic appealing to the official.
Well, the thing, and she doesn't complain a lot, but she has a point. 5 fouls inside the first 2 minutes. There was as much contact on the time before. You don't stop calling it just because there's 5 fouls. I mean, I actually think she was moaning too much on that last occasion. But that's what she's going to be saying for the rest of the time.
And a 3 for Balinikova. Having a great game. 19 points for the Slovak number 11.
All the good work that was done by Croatia, undone by their playing too soft on the perimeter.
And we have a timeout called by Croatia, who trail by 23.
Daj centru informaciju, preuzmi. Pa ne možeš kroz 27 blokova zapinjati svaki put. Halo. Nastavljamo dalje u napad, igrati ovaj dio koji nam prolazi. Ako vidiš da ste blizu vas svi, ne možeš puštati pas. Prenesi dalje. Da, prenesi dalje, odigrajte ti. Mora ići lopta na drugu stranu, onda...
Plus still we wanna run as fast as possible up the court. So get the rebound and sprint up.
Well, what a difference between the 2 timeouts. Or the huddles, understandably so, of course. Coach Kovacic there, still enthusiastic, still asking his players to run. And Coach Čurik, you got to feel some sympathy with him there. Not an awful lot of eye contact made in that Croatian timeout. Leading scorer in the game, Barbara Balinikova. 19 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And a big smile as well.
The result or the margin at the moment is not going to sit with Coach Druids very well, but what he's done, he's got his teams in this position. You just hope they don't end up with a really negative experience. These players have really put in shifts for him.
Oh, terrific hustle. Balanikova, she couldn't get the ball, but she stopped the break.
Slow it down, spend time with the clock, throw it inside, and then get an outside look if the defense collapses.
And the foul is Kishova.
Every single time they've gone inside, every single time they've changed passing angles, they've either scored or have gone back to the free throw line.
The Slovaks have got to be very careful here to make it a very, very long third period. Still 5:28 to go, and they've been in the penalty some time.
Step up, make your free throws, don't rush. Better extension, gets the drop.
Tolliver, a little change of direction. Wonderful move from Tolliver.
It's unexcusable, Roy. You've just got a free throw. You've just got a free throw. You've got to be defensively organised, and she gets a layup, Tolliver. And yeah, she's very good, exceptionally good.
And Croatia get a rebound through Luka Ivankovic. Ivankovic now moves on to 10 points. Vinchklova. And the rebound, Sliskovic, and the foul, and we'll walk all the way down the floor for 2 foul shots.
They have to call that foul because there is a bang and there is a bump on the rebound, and the referee didn't want to call it. But that's why you have a team foul rule. If people are still going to foul after they're in the penalty, you have to call it. Don't think about making the call just because of that situation.
And Martina Kishova goes out on 4 fouls. So that's 2 players from the Slovak Republic on 4 fouls. Good job there, not piled up with injuries.
The other thing that if the Slovak Republic qualify, if you come 3rd or 4th in this group, you get a day less rest. The other group will be 2 days rested. The style of play that the Slovak Republic have, you know, if it gets to a situation where they're safe, you expect him to get some minutes, or not overplaying people, especially Tolliver, who's going to have to carry the Slovak Republic if they're going to get to a semi-final, if they're fortunate and get to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I don't know the extent of Zuzana Zurikova's injury. I would suspect they're just resting here just in case they do get to the semi-final. Oh, sorry, the quarterfinals.
And so much resting on those quarterfinal games. You win a quarterfinal, you're at the Olympic Games, or the qualifying tournament for the Olympic Games.
Oh my word, the out-of-bounds pass there went straight to an opponent who laid it up. No, she didn't, she missed, but Vinchklova was there and gets the shot blocked. That's better defense from Croatia, then they conjure up a turnover. Little hook shot from Balanikova, showing us all her skills. Great pass, lovely pass. And Sliskovic was wide open underneath and laid it up, and we have a timeout called by the Slovak Republic coach, Maros Kovacic.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to this Croatian lineup with all the issues they're faced with, down by 20. And Sliskovic and Ivankovic have really done a nice job in this 3rd period, getting to the front of the ring, going inside. Just have to take care of the ball. If they go to the zone here, it'll be interesting, which is what they were saying that they were going to do. So if they go to the zone, this is where Croatia have got to be patient, have got to change the angle, and they've got to find a way to penetrate the seams of that zone. Bolovic in particular, if they do collapse down, will make the 3. So Coach Druids now, because coaches never throw in the towel, we'll be talking about, oh, let's maybe get it to 15. And then I'm happy at the start of the 4th. And then we can see where the 4th quarter takes them.
Well, it's not a case of clutching at straws. But remember that Lithuania came back from a long way back, 18 points against Russia, and won the game. They didn't have the injury problems that Croatia have, but another comeback situation was in favour of the Slovak Republic. They tried by 22 against Hungary and got it to 3. And then they didn't get the benefit of a little ticky-tacky deflection situation. Have they got that? You never know. So comebacks galore in this EuroBasket for women. Perhaps I am clutching at straws.
Well, they're going to rest Ivankovic. And that's going to happen if you rest Ivankovic. Sliskovic has to play a little higher in the middle of that zone, so anything is a lob. The trouble is that when you go Vanchkalova as your person on the baseline, the lob's always an option if you play too high. So it's a real dilemma, but resources on this Croatian bench dictate they've got to make those types of decisions.
Another problem for Croatia. Sliskovic on 3 fouls. Toliver will bounce pass in to Viničkalova. That's a nice pass and a good block as well from Sliskovic. Shot clock on 1. And the rebound, Sliskovic. It was all about Sliskovic, that defensive sequence then. And she's demanding the ball and banging it inside. Good block from Viničkalova. She runs up expecting to get the ball.
It's a different matchup now, though, if you go with Sliskovic with Viničkalova behind her. So the inside-outside option becomes much more of an option.
That's a tough pass to make, and that was even tougher, and he didn't get there.
Sliskovic she shoots that shot, that foul line jump shot very well. She's got to take it. There's no option to go underneath with the personnel there.
Well, almost a good rebound from Kristalova. 2-on-1 for Croatia. That's a great fast break. That'll give them some heart. Borovic finishes the break-off.
Back to 16 if they could get one more stop.
Toliver. Viničkalova. And that's an offensive foul against Babarova, I think, number 4. She doesn't know what she did wrong, still looking for clarification, which is not forthcoming. Mendova in. Mendova used to be the starting guard for the Slovak Republic. Defense finish, Kalova, and the hook shot, as you say, Mark, it's back to 14. Wow. Sliskovic, 16 points now.
It's a great decision by Sliskovic, because she had to look at Tikovic, made a nice duck in, but the defense recovered, so she had to go one-on-one at the back of the zone, and she's got that little hook shot. She will always go right. That should be in the scout report.
Well, Mendova, her first shot of the game, misses by a long way, and there's a foul. And it's against...
And they're going to walk the ball down the floor. This could cut it to 12.
It's against Viničkalova.
We've talked about this before in some big games where a team has an advantage like this, and you sort of think, oh, we're in control. And the team starts to get it right. It's hard to pick yourself up and get the momentum again, and that's where, apart from Toliver in this third period, and in Toliver, apart from those two, you know, no one's really come to play for the Slovak Republic.
Well, the Slovak Republic have made the decision to take Viničkalova out and replace her with the lady on 3 fouls. That's Anna Jurjenkova. Viničkalova's only got the 1 foul, but the margin is now a mere 13. It was 22.
Tikovic with good extension on the free throw, no pressure.
It stays at 13, and Sliskovic the rebound and the pass. Oh, they could have done with those, and that's a held ball. The referee looks at the direction indicator, and it is in favour of the Slovakians.
No,
had they got it to 11 then.
Scenario for Bezic. She really could give this team a third frontline player. Just get a bit more physical. You've only got the 2 fouls. Get physical. Put your body out there. Ask some questions of this Slovak team.
Oh, lovely pass. But Jurjenkova dropped it well. Yeah, Coach Šurić insisted that was a double dribble, and it did look a little bit suspect. Let's have a look. There's the pass, there's the bounce, there's another bounce. Now, was the first one a dribble or a fumble? Well, the referee said it's a turnover.
So here's the zone from Slovak Republic. There's some shooters on the floor here. Borovic is the major three-point threat.
Oh, in and out. And Slovaks get the rebound, and Toliver will slow things down. Wait for a trailing player.
Still got to get inside touches. You've got to go inside and then get the defense to collapse and see what reaction you get.
That shows a lot of courage from Barbara Balinikova, going inside there against three players a lot bigger than her. And she's on the foul line to try and increase her 19 points. Well, that's the first score for some time for the Slovakians. 2 from 2, 21 points now, Balinikova. A little uneasy, one or two of these Slovak fans. Sliskovic somehow finds a teammate. Who hits it? It's back to 13.
Ball touched the inside before Sliskovic kicked it, so the defense was sucked in.
Remember that the Slovak Republic had, I think it was a 12-2 start. So it's been a pretty even game since then. Balinikova for 3, 24 points. Barbara Balinikova.
After she's made 1 or 2 or 3, at least make her bounce the ball. At least make her put it on the floor.
It could have been 11, it's 16. That's rebound.
Better by Bezic, gives him an offensive stat, and there's a holding foul.
And it's Sezmendova, her first. With 2 shots. Croatia.
Well, I think if they're 15, 16 down, they'll see that as a positive. They've won the third period. They've found a way of frustrating the Slovak Republic, but they've got to make their free throws.
Jurgenkova the rebound. Her 10th rebound, number 13 for the Slovak Republic. Shot clock being turned off, that's an open. 2-4, well, she missed it. Jurgenkova the rebound, and that'll be it for the end of the third period, with Slovak Republic leading Croatia by 16. As you said, Mark, kind of a victory there for the Croatians. Deep in trouble with injuries.
Well, if they'd have made their three throws down the end there and been 14, 13 or 14 points down, Coach Turic would have been in that hole saying, look, you know, we're in the game, we're competitive in the game. He's got to get Ivankovic back in and just see how, really give her as many minutes as he can. And, or he's got to get more out of Bezic. But that's a very, very impressive period by Croatia, given all the circumstances. They've evened up the stats significantly. Yeah,
he's got Jankic on 3 fouls, Ivankovic on 3, Sliskovic as well, and Begic, although I don't think we're going to see Jankic again.
He's just given up 17 offensive rebounds, and in a 16-point margin game, and turning the ball over 14 times, that tells you all you need to know about where this margin sits. They've found a way to be competitive, so even though the Slovak Republic would be, well, never is a truer word said about a team losing a game. They would have to lose this from here.
Been done before.
It's been done before, and I think the trouble is there's now only 5 or 6 players that look like they're able to play for Croatia. And Luka Ivankovic did well there, didn't pick up a foul, and this is where Juric is going to say, well, I've got to give her a couple more minutes, but if I leave her too long, I've got no chance of getting back in the game. So Ivankovic has got to come back. Sliskovic may have to go the whole second half, unless she gets a lot more output from Bezic.
Wonderful change of direction there, change of pace actually from Kristi Toliver for an easy layup.
That was the one after the free throws, wasn't it? Where you know, you wouldn't expect to give up a layup.
So here we go, the start of the fourth period with Croatia in possession and trailing the Slovak Republic by 16 points in a game that the Slovak Republic have to win. Doesn't matter whether Croatia make a miracle comeback here and now win, they're not going to progress to the final round in Budapest. So some incentive for the Slovaks. Oh, slight indecision now from Croatia. And the rebound. And the two. And it's back to 14. With Ivana Tikvic on the boards there for the Croats.
Yeah, the 21-year-old, undersized big, really contributed. She did well in the game on the second round of games here.
Well, the defense got a hand on that shot from Tolliver there. Tolliver, although she's got 17 points, she's had a relatively quiet game here. Intends to pass the ball around. 7 assists to Tolliver to go those 17 points. That's a bullet-like pass, which was not going to be caught by anybody.
Sliskovic ducked in, didn't get it, got bumped, and Tikvic, I'm not really sure what she was trying to do, but again, Ivankovic has got to come back.
Well, trying to break someone's fingers, I think.
They could go with Sliskovic, can extend the floor to 3, so Tikvic can stay, Ivankovic can come back, and then see what they get.
Tolliver. Tetemendova for no points, and the rebound for Kishova. That's a travel by Tetemendova.
Kishova's very impressive. But I think she's a veteran status, etc. Great athlete, tremendous rebound, great vision with a pass. Just that was about two plays ahead of everybody else.
Now, do Croatia believe? Well, Brad Basketball Nation, they should do. They normally do. And you never know here with Sliskova. Now, who did that last touch? Last touched.
Well, it's good by Begic, though. We're asking her to contribute, asking her to get a bit more physical. She's gone on the glass a couple of times. But they're borrowed. They're almost bonuses.
5 on the shot clock. And a good rebound there from Tetemendova, tipping it to Jurgenkova.
As long as they've gone inside first, Borovic making the outside shot could drag them back in here.
Well, Kristevova is 1 from 5, I think, from the arc. Well, it used to be called a travelling. That's what the fans are calling for, but hasn't been travelling for 3 or 4 years, sliding on the floor. Now we have a 3-on-2, and they travel. My word, turnovers are hurting Croatia.
Ivankovic has got to come. And he's got to find a way, and he's going to give Sliskovic what one would only hope to be a very short period of time here.
Well, Croatia really do need Sliskovic and Ivankovic on the floor at the same time. Okay, they've got 6 fouls between them, 3 each, but...
And he still has 1 time. He could take the time out to increase this period of rest that Sliskovic needs. But Ivankovic, now she's back in the game, needs touch after touch after touch.
Jurgenkova. Tolliver for 3. And the rebound is Kishova. Jurgenkova is fouled. She's put on the foul line. Who's the foul? It's Ivankovic. Yeah. That's her 4th.
If Ivankovic goes and steps out of the game with 5, you might want to think to put it in the book. Sliskovic is coming back right away. You've got to hope that Ivankovic stays on this rotation.
Yeah, the temptation for the coach is to take his player on 4 fouls out, but she ain't going to score from the bench, and one of his main scorers and one of his main rebounders as well.
They are just being taken apart on the glass.
And to make matters worse, the offensive rebound leads to a 3 for Kristi Tolliver for a 20th point. 4 threes now for Tolliver. And the steal. And the assist. I'm not sure whether Kishova expected that. That's a tough pass to make. And a tough shot to make as well for Begic.
That's such a good sign for Croatia. Begic starts to believe she can play here.
Tolliver comes off Kristavova's pick. But Kishova And the rebound for Ivankovic. Ivankovic, quick chat with the lady official there. Well, that was a nice move, but no end product for Begic. Well, you miss a layup one end and give a layup at the other, and timeout called by Coach Ciric of Croatia, who trail now by 17.
Well, every time you think that they've almost got it to a margin they can think about getting competitive with, getting to 12 to 10 to 8, they'll turn it over or they'll miss a shot. When you're this deep in a hole, you can't miss opportunities close. Ivankovic hasn't had a touch offensively inside the keyway since he's come back. Sliskovic needs to come back right now. And there's one more throw of the dice. It's just about enough time to make this interesting. But they're going to have to start going inside, outside, and have to start getting the stops. But whatever happens, they've shown so much character in sticking with this. Slovak Republic is playing very well, and has played well while we've been here in Dior. And Croatia, all their resources stretched to the absolute limit, have done remarkably well.
Yeah, the Slovak Republic lost 74-76 to Serbia, and then they lost 61-75 to Russia. Croatia winless in the second round, and looking as though they can continue in that vein. Now, just over 6 to go. Monumental effort required now from Croatia.
Change the angle, throw it in. There you go. But she has to score and stop fading away.
And she has to stay on the floor. Oh, I was about to say, a rare alley-oop attempt there from any team in this competition. Sliskovic. Oh, great hesitation again, the miss though of Borovic. Oh, good hands. And the lady, Miloglav. Oh, look at that, Sliskovic able to tuck the ball underarm, and Jurgenkova eventually tries to steal it. That'll be, no, I was about to say a held ball, but oh, lovely pass, and that's how to play the fast break. That's what Croatia didn't do a couple of minutes ago, and Slovak Republic have shown them how to play the fast break. Tikvic to Miloglav. Nice pass, and good two there from Ivankovic, and a good no foul again from Jurgenkova. Didn't want to pick up that fourth. The problem for Croatia now is that all the Slovaks have to do is run the clock. 4.5 to go, and they're hitting threes like that. Martina Kishova. Again, Mark, you cannot deny that the Slovaks have put an awful lot of effort into this, and they're going to lose. Well, it looks as though they're going to be 20 points in the deficit.
Well, I think the same thing applies that we said right at the halfway line, that the Croatians have come up with a significant amount of pride here to get to this position. I hate the moral victory type statements, but the Slovak Republic have had to make big shots to maintain this lead. That's the biggest thing they should have in their favour. They have to make huge threes and regularly.
Sliskovic gets the rebound, and then she fouls her opposite number.
And I think she's going to ask what happened on the first one.
Yeah. But again, it's been a factor for me here in Hungary. The players just do not question officials. They may look quizzically, but there's no arguing with any of the calls. Right or wrong, they just accept it.
Well, that was, in the end, when you look, the replay referee did a decent job because Silva just stood straight.
Now here go Croatia on the break. And the foul is a shooting foul. The foul by Marta Palinikova. There's the sportsmanship. She picks up the player. She's just fouled.
So does a really nice job with taking it off the first step. Doesn't take the 2 steps for the layup. Just a quick step and then gets a little angle and draws the contact.
Carmen Miloglav. So she stays on a tournament average. Palinikova. And the rebound there, Tikvic. And the foul is Krejcibova. Real character is Lucia Krejcibova. She's fouled out. But I think, as Paul Nielsen, one of our FIBA correspondents, said, she's the cheerleader when she's on the bench. In a tight game, she's always there, punch in the air, high fives everywhere. And that came off a Croat knee. Well, sadly for the Croatians, they've been reduced to walking pace now. With under 3 to go, trailing by 18. Tolliver in the corner. And the rebound for Ivankovic. Again, Croatia missed the fast break, and Coach Čurić there, head in his hands, thinking, what on earth was that? Ivankovic on the turnaround, gets no points, but the rebound by Tikvic.
Well, when they sit down and review this, Croatia, they'll be disappointed about the passport, they'll be disappointed about the injuries, but some players who wouldn't have come here expecting to play have had to step in and get major minutes at the EuroBasket women, and have really done a great job as Tolliver just makes another 3.
5 3-pointers for Kristi Tolliver, shooting at 50% in her 23 points. Not quite the game's leading scorer. That honor belongs to Barbara Balinitova, but it ain't over yet. Tikvic for 3, and the rebound. Rebound with Kishova. That's a foul on the floor by Tikvic. Or was it indeed reaching into a Miloglav? I think it was Tikvic. So we have a timeout with the score on Slovak Republic 77 and Croatia 58.
Well, gives us a chance to at least acknowledge the effort that Croatia have put in. Trailed by 20 at the half, down 19. You've got to ask, where was that at the beginning of the game? Well, Ivankovic wasn't on the floor at the beginning of the game, so they didn't really have the offensive balance. But they can come out of this competition and look to the future, look to the qualifiers for EuroBasket 2017 that start in November, knowing that they've got some players who've had significant experience in this tournament. And if you bring back some of the stars that they were missing for injury, Croatia are right back up there. Don't forget, they made the 2012 Olympic Games. They'll be right back up there at that sort of level of team when all the stars and all their experienced players come back. So Coach Čurić, when he sits down and forgets the emotion of Harry Fields at the moment, will hopefully think, you know, we're in a better place. We've got more depth, more experience, and when people come back, they're going to be a real contender.
Yeah, I was working on those Olympic Games in Croatia were there, and I just went to see that one game live, just to relax and see what was going on. And there must have been about 100 people around me in the crowd, and they were absolutely wowed. Many of them possibly never seen a game of basketball before, but they were so impressed with Croatia. And here they are with a minute and a half to go, trailing by 19 points. Slovakia, remember, had to win this. I wonder whether they'll... well, they can't pack their bags until after the third game tonight. Balinkova there increases her personnel tally to 26.
Well, they'll pack their bags. They just don't know where the ticket's going to be stamped for.
Is it Budapest? Is it Bratislava? Sliskovic, she's had a good game on 16 points and needs another rebound for a double-double. And the hook shot produces a foul. Me? Says Marta Balinkova. I think she has the right to say that as well. Luka Ivankovic, 12 and 7. Well, that's woken the crowd up with 61 seconds to go. Largely Slovakian fans. And the rebound, Jurgenkova. Jurgenkova, 8 points, 14 rebounds now for the number 13. And 4 fouls. The customary 4 fouls for Anna. Way outside the arc. Oh, what a huge three. Huge there for Balinkova. What a tournament, what a game she's had. 29 points. That's a good 2 meters outside the arc. Sliskova into the corner. Two-way outside the arc. Carmen Miloglav, it's her 6th point.
Ivana Tikvic has had a hell of a game for her. Really done a nice job on the glass. She's 10 points. That really bodes well.
And the first score of the game, first shot indeed for Beata Jenischikova. Now, the last shot of the game misses by a long way, but a convincing win in the end for the Slovak Republic over Croatia. They've won 84-62. Now, Slovak Republic have to wait to see whether Serbia can beat Lithuania in the third game tonight. Next game up on the floor, of course, is for first spot in this group. Possibly first spot anyway, is Russia and Spain. That'll be a humdinger, we are absolutely assured. But for now, the Slovak Republic have beaten Croatia 84-62. They did the necessary, they won the game, now they have to wait. Leading scorer in the game, number 11 for the Slovak Republic, Barbara Balinkova, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And not far behind her, number 18 for the Slovaks, Kristi Toliver, 23 points, 7 assists. For Croatia, Ivankovic, number 14, Luka Ivankovic on 13 points, and Ivana Tikvic on 10. Their leading scorer, Iva Sliskovic, averaging 12.7 a game, and tonight, or rather this afternoon, she improved upon that with 16 points. She's very, very close to a double-double. She got 9 rebounds. Turnovers, well, it could have been a lot worse for Croatia. We've just seen at one stage when they were fighting their way back, they got to within 13 points. It could have been 11, but then a series of 3 or 4 wretched turnovers, and the Slovak Republic went away again.
Wow, that's just a great performance by Croatia in this competition right from day one. Hampered by injuries, they should walk away proud of what they've achieved. Tikvic, last player off the floor, has learned so much from the time here in Hungary. 10 points in her last game of this competition. They'll be back in November when the qualifiers for EuroBasket 2017 start. There's no end to the new calendar, but difficult wait now for the Slovak Republic. You can be assured that all their fans will be here cheering on Serbia, and let's hope Serbia come up with the performance they're capable of, because the Slovak Republic or Lithuania, it doesn't really matter which of those teams, are an exciting prospect in the quarter-final rounds.
So with a reminder that Barbara Valentova, number 11 for the Slovak Republic, has led her team with 29 points in an 84-62 win over Croatia. Slovak Republic now have to wait to see what happens in the last game of this second phase here in Győr in Hungary. But you viewers, remember there is mouth-watering prospect coming up. Spain against Russia. That should be an absolute humdinger. Hope you're going to join me, Roy Birch, and Mark Clark for that. For now, we'll see you later.